up, everybody? It's Emily with Big Buildings Direct. We're here with Ryan from the Redline Group, and we're checking out his 30 by 55 today. Ryan, take it away.
Thanks, Emily. Yeah, normally I'm helping people buy and install houses with big garages, but now it's my turn. We just got done installing this 30 by 55, and I'd love to show you around.
So Ryan, just got your building installed. What are you looking to use the building for?
Yeah, so obviously I got a few cars here. I've got my track car here that I use for, autocross events, track days, things like that. So we'll be installing toolboxes, workbenches along the back. And this section here will be actually office space. I'm gonna build it out for office space, hangout, man cave area, and put some windows in so we can look out into the garage while we're working on our real estate business.
So Ryan, give us a little rundown. Why a 30 by 55? That's kind of an odd size.
Yeah, so if you spend any time researching building your own building, everyone says go as big as you possibly can. 30 by 40, 30 by 50 is kind of the normal size. I said, well, if we can do a custom size, I'll add that extra 5 feet. It gives me a little bit more space for the office build out and not take up too much room on the inside of the garage as well.
So Ryan, people do a lot of things with our metal buildings. What are you planning on doing in the future with yours?
Great question. So first off, we're going to be doing electrical. It seems to be the most logical step to start with. Running electrical outlets all the way around the perimeter. We're going to be doing overhead lights, probably LED, and doing electrical for 2-post lift, most likely 2 big ceiling fans. I would like to do automatic garage door openers for the roll-up doors as well. And then most likely looking at spray foam. Seems to be one of the most popular, most efficient, and a little bit costly, but really efficient use for insulation for these buildings. And then also finishing out the walls. I really like the idea and the look of the metal panels as the wall finish on these. I think it looks really clean, easy to clean, and then just do a little bit of maybe black paint on the ceiling on the spray foam. I also like to do some exterior lighting on the outside. It gets a little dark out here in Lutz, and I'd like to do some some spotlights and some sconces on the outside of the building as well. Another cool thing, I like the idea of insulating the roll-up doors. One of the ideas is to do with brush seals on the sides and on the top of the roll-up doors, and then you can do sort of an adhesive back insulation on the back side of the roll-up doors as well. On the back wall, it's kind of safe space for workbenches, toolboxes, maybe even some shelving. Down here at the end, I plumbed in a water line and drain, so maybe a bar with a sink down here at the other end. And just save this back area for workbenches and some storage possibly. Over above the office space, I'll have plenty of height to do further storage on top, maybe like a mezzanine or loft space as well.
Hey Ryan, this door is really nice. Tell us about some of the upgrades that you opted in for and why.
Yeah, sure. So everybody wants to know costs, right? That's usually the first question. Well, there's a lot involved in that, and some of those are the upgrades that I chose. One of these is the nice door with the windows. I wanted to get a lot of light into the building, so I did that door along with 7 windows along the outside of the building. I also opted for vertical sides. I think it's a really important upgrade for looks and for functionality. But instead of a horizontal, you don't get those ridges where the dirt collects. And I also opted for the color match screws. Inside I did the 4-foot on center studs, so that allows for a little extra bracing and the 170 mile per hour wind rating. One other thing I opted for too is a lot of people will do the doors on the ends of the garage, and they can do 2 cars side by side. I opted to do the doors on the side. I like having the extra space between the cars. Gives me a lot of room to be able to walk around. Might not be able to get as many cars in, but it gives me, for what I want to do, the space to really move around and kind of just have that extra space.
So Ryan, a lot of metal building companies out there. Tell us about your buying experience and why you decided to go with us.
Yeah, for sure. There's definitely a lot of building companies out there, and do your due diligence with the companies, and make sure that you compare and contrast and compare apples to apples with the buildings. again, going over the options and things. And when you're getting your estimates, make sure that all the companies are comparing the same way. My sales guy at big buildings, they were really great with getting back to me, providing estimates. Communication was great. And that's ultimately, it's not always about cost. They were great on cost, but also all the other customer service part of it too is important. So that's why I chose them. And all the way up until the end, they were great to work with.
So Ryan, your building's been delivered and installed. Do you have any advice for future metal building owners, and what have you taken away from this experience?
Yeah, so not only do I have my own personal, beautiful big garage, but now going through the process, I have the expertise and can guide my clients on if they're going to be putting a big metal building on their property, along with the help of Big Buildings Direct. I'm not an expert, but I'm darn near close.
Well, you guys just saw your first 30 by 55 by 12. This is Emily with Big Buildings Direct signing off, here to give you the information you need to get the metal building of your dreams.